It's time to say goodbye to hold music and say hello to fast customer support with Service Cloud. With trusted AI and data working together, you can skip long wait times and deliver efficient, personalized service right away, all while keeping support costs low and more customers happy. Reimagine your customer support with the #1 AI CRM for service. Learn what's possible at salesforce.com/products/service.
This episode is brought to you by Carnegie Mellon's Tepper School of Business. Want to advance your career or switch fields? An MBA from Carnegie Mellon's Tepper School of Business can help. Earn your degree from a top-ranked business school with a thought-provoking curriculum, one-on-one leadership coaching, support from experienced career counselors, and full-time, online hybrid, and accelerated MBA formats. Join the intelligent future. Visit cmu.edu/Tepper to learn more.
Consistency is the key to building a culture. It is also important so your tribe knows what to expect. The problem with consistency is, well, the being consistent part. So not only figuring out what consistency is going to look like, but figuring out how to make sure it stays consistent. So what is it we have to do? Well, that's what I'm going to figure out. My name is Jeremy Quintanilla. This is the story of my life as I build my family business, dive into politics, figure out how to leave a legacy, and all the other adventures life has in store. You're listening to Age of Jeremy, Season 2, Tribe. All right, so first things first, we, you, whomever, needs to look at the repertoire. What does that mean? We need to figure out the mediums we are going to imply. So right now, we're going to focus on Instagram, we're going to focus on Facebook, and we're going to focus on our Facebook group. Those are the three main mediums for now. Now, I gave a lot of thought to doing, say, like a blog and possibly utilizing Twitter for Age of Radio, but it's better not to bite off more than you can chew, which has been my problem for the last, 35 years. And I think now that I'm halfway through my 30s, I'm finally realizing how to say no. It is better to do a few things badass rather than to do a lot of things half-ass. So Instagram, Facebook page, and the Facebook group for now. So what exactly does consistency look like? And eventually, what does engagement look like? That is what we have to figure out. Now, I follow Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't agree with all of his stuff, but if you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, go check him out on YouTube. Type in Gary V, that's V-E-E. But essentially, he is a prominent thought leader on content in social media. So what are his thoughts on how much content you should have?
Question, is there ever such a thing as putting out too much content?
The answer is yes in the micro algorithm game of marketing and no in the branding game of marketing. So I say no.
All right. How about, do you think...
I mean, look, bro, this is a very simple question. The people that are deepest knowledgeable about what's going on in social content will tell you there's certain platforms and certain algorithms that you don't want to put out too much content because it can hurt you.
Sure.
I tell you, sure, but what happens is you lose certain awareness, but the volume makes up for it. Plus, you might have not put out that one fucking piece of content that changed your life.
So essentially, Gary believes that you can't have too much content. But what about the algorithm? What the fuck is an algorithm, you might be thinking? Well, it sounds complicated, but in mathematics and computer science, it's an unambiguous specification of how to solve a problem. An easy way to remember what an algorithm is that it's just a set of instructions of how to solve a problem. And a fun fact about algorithms is that the idea of algorithms are thought to be created by a gentleman named Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi. And I'm assuming that I butchered his name, but he lived from 780 to 850, Common Era, and he lived during what is considered the Islamic Golden Age. And he is even on a Soviet Union stamp. But I mention it because the world is a accumulation of knowledge from all ethnicities, religions, and all walks of life. And if I can get any one listener to just start realizing that we're all human, and one day we will have a common enemy, like the sun exploding, the universe freezing, alien invasion. Yeah, it's possible. We might have an alien invasion one day. We have to become one human. But so I just want you to think about that if we can just start working together, because eventually we're going to all have the same common enemy. But back to the task at hand. Why mention algorithms? Well, because with Facebook and Instagram feeds, the thing you see when you are on your Facebook page or Instagram page, that's the algorithm pushing information out to that news feed. The algorithm dictates the order of the posts that you see when you're scrolling through the feed on the social media platform. Now, the data says that the best amount is between 2 and 10 per day. This means that according to what people know about the algorithm, if you post between 2 and 10 posts a day, your audience is more likely to see your content, and that, of course, is the key. And that's specific to Instagram. But what about Facebook? Facebook is a little bit different, and Instagram somewhat uses some of the same features. And there's a great post by Buffer, and I'm going to link it in the description below. And if you don't know what Buffer is a social media automation software. And some of the content that they have are obviously blog posts. And this is one of those posts. But Buffer tells us that the Facebook algorithm focuses on a few things, but the first two are what's most important. The first thing that the Facebook algorithm focuses on is friends and family. So Facebook looks at that. The Facebook algorithm likes to look at the friends and family posts of the person of you. So your friends and family come first. The purpose of the news feed is to connect people with their friends and family. So that's really the reason why your friends and family are going to come first in that feed. Now, Facebook is a platform for ideas. So Facebook aims to deliver stories and ideas that individuals want to see based on their engagement of similar ideas and stories. So essentially, whatever you're engaging in, like on your Facebook, that's what Facebook is going to use to try to figure out what other content they should be showing you. So what does the Facebook algorithm love? So it loves lots of engagement. And that's really, really it. What does that mean? It means that you, as a content creator, you have to provide great content that people love. That's really that simple. All you have to do is just create amazing fucking content and push it out.
Okay, everybody, it's Michael E. Cullen II.
And I'm Sesame and Carta from the All Too Real 2 podcast. We're passionate about movies, TV, and pretty much all things pop culture.
Dive into the chaos of failed sitcoms, direct-to-video sequels, and the quirky realms of cinema and TV.
Join us every Thursday for your dose of All Too Real 2 entertainment.
We'll guide you through debates like whether Howard the Duck qualifies as a superhero.
Ponder if Larry the Cable Guy could be the new Rock or Schwarzenegger.
Discover if some shows and movies should have stayed in the cutting room.
Ever heard of a sitcom featuring that dictator with the funny mustache? Well, we watched it.
We're dedicated to unraveling the peculiarities of pop culture, sometimes with awesome guests.
So, if you're into the eccentric world of pop culture,
listen and subscribe to All Too Real 2.
Available wherever you find podcasts
and on Age of Radio.
The key thing is to try to create amazing content. With that being said, you should at least be posting twice a day on Instagram, and if you have really good content, you can post on Facebook once a day. Reason being, it is really about engagement. So what is the content that we're going to do? Well, Age of Radio owns the brand Age of Jeremy, which will have much more to come as 3T Fitness continues to get off the ground and we continue to build Age of Radio. So first, you need to make sure you subscribe to Age of Jeremy Instagram, but more importantly, maybe it is the Instagram of Age of Radioverse. It is about the host community and being able to tap into all of the great content from Age of Radio hosts. Then there is the Facebook Age of Radio Facebook page. So first thing is that we are going to post on Instagram twice a day, and we're going to post on Facebook once a day. Then if we're going to do this, we need to have some kind of automation. Before we talk about automation, it is important that each medium has different content. A lot of the times people will have different mediums and it's all pushing out the same content. So it's really important that each medium that you use has different content specific to that medium. Now, with Age of Radioverse, our Instagram page for Age of Radio, we're going to take content from all of our hosts. And then what we're going to do is we're going to push them out to this feed as a form of like content curation. What is content curation? So a lot of times when you're looking at content and not able to create your own, you can curate your content. We aren't going to go into it here, or maybe not even into it in the future, but it's good to know what it is. Essentially, you take a theme, you find content related to that theme, and then you put it all in one place. Now, how many posts do we need to look at? So this is going to be really simple math, and hopefully it makes sense because you can't see it and I'm talking to you about it. But for Instagram, if we're going to do 2 posts a day at 365 days a year, that is a whopping 730 posts a year. 61 a month, rounded up, 14 a week. So that is our goal. So we're going to be posting 2 posts a day for the rest of my life. Now, Facebook is a little bit different because we're only going to be posting once a day, which comes out to 7 days a week and comes out to 7 posts a week and 365 posts a year. So how the fuck, if you have a job, you have a family, you have some dogs, maybe you have some kids, maybe you're involved in your church, you want to be involved in the community. If you have all this stuff going on, how the fuck are you supposed to post that much content? Well, first, you're going to have to grind. You're just going to have to bite the bullet and put in the work to create the content. But thankfully, there are a lot of tools at your disposal.
Everyone's on social media these days, taking photos of their food, following the latest influencers. And, but as a business, social can feel like a party you're not invited to. Some brands are out there sharing cool stuff, meeting new customers, and growing their business. So why not yours? With Hootsuite, you can join the party with one easy-to-use platform that grows with you and your popularity. Schedule content in advance and see what's working across the social networks your customers use. You can also use Hootsuite with the tools you know and love, like Google Drive, MailChimp, and Dropbox. Find new customers by joining in with conversations about your brand and automatically boosting your most popular posts to a wider audience. Easily create and publish stuff people will love by tracking trends and creating amazing content from a variety of sources and stock images. Then, see the results of your social activity in one easy-to-understand report based on the numbers that matter to you. Hootsuite also helps you keep up with social with access to free courses and articles that cover the latest trends, strategies, and tactics. Join the party.
I gave it some thought, and I thought a lot about all the different automation tools, and I boiled it down to Buffer, Sprout Social, and Hootsuite. I landed on Hootsuite because of price, complete automation, and the ability to curate content based on tags. So what is a tag? The purpose of a tag is so algorithms know how to organize content and help you find content. So not only does Hootsuite allow you to automatically post on all major social media platforms, but it also allows you to curate content using tags. If there is a specific tag that you want to take content from, you can take that content and then repost it, which is perfect for what we need to do. Now, the problem arises of staying consistent. And the thing with being consistent, you have to be, well, really boring. Boring consistency. You have to release content every single day and at the same time. But to do that with automation, you have to set up time to schedule all of the content. So you have to be boringly consistent. Now, you have to have a bunch of content. And when I say a bunch of content, I mean a fucking shitload of content. Now, you have to set up time to make the content, and then you have to set up time to schedule the content, which is why a team is really important. But we don't have a team. We're working on a team. But if you don't know how to teach this stuff to people, you can't really build a strong team to do it. And it's difficult to build a team when you don't have any capital and you're bootstrapping. So for me in my boring life, my main time to focus on this is on Saturdays and Sundays. The plan for Age of Radio is to, 1, we have to have curated content twice a day on Instagram Age of Radioverse. And this means getting all of the hosts and people that we're going to take that content from to use the hashtag Age of Radio or to use the hashtag Age of Radioverse, because that's how we're going to find it using Hootsuite. 2, we're going to do Facebook once a day. Probably right now, it's not going to be different curated content, but we're eventually going to work to that place. And I know I said before, on each medium, you have to have different content. But to get going, we're probably going to curate content. Some of it will probably be the same. Hopefully some of it will be different, but it's going to be curated content. 3, the way we're going to automate is, of course, using Hootsuite. And then 4, the fourth part of the plan is we're going to organize it every Saturday evening and possibly Sundays. And that is really how you plan. That's how you plan. This is something that you need to do, whether you're a influencer, whether you're a small business, whether you're an enterprise business. Having this plan and setting up time to create the content and then setting up time to distribute the content, you have to have that built in on a weekly, daily basis so people know that you're going to be posting and when you're going to be posting. Utilizing original content with Buffer. Buffer, again, is an automation system similar to Hootsuite. We use that for 3T Fitness. And with that, we have been scheduling 4 posts a day. And we are currently at 17,000 followers on Instagram. And that's about 1,000 followers a month. That's pretty good. Now, we do hire Kevin from Kevin Anytime or Kev Anytime. We hire Kevin to do all of our content and to manage this piece of it. So that does help because he makes all of the content. But the point is that if you're making content, you're making good content and you're getting it out there, then you're going to have an increase in your followers. And that's what you want. And then you want to make sure that you're having good engagement. And to have good engagement, you have to have 2 things. You have to have really good content, and you have to be consistent. Age of Jeremy would like to give special thanks to Seth Godin for letting us use his book Tribe as the name and jumping off point for Season 2. Buy his best-selling book Tribes linked below. Our Season 2 song is Autumn by Trophy Eyes from their album American Dream, released in America by Hopeless Records. Age of Jeremy was recorded using Steinberg's Cubase, Audio-Technica mics, Audio-Technica headphones, Focusrite interfaces, and Waves plugins. Check out the links in the description below.